Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. It is time for one of my favorite videos in Monster Legends where we get to go over the top monsters in Monster Legends. You could consider this as a good proxy for the best monsters. So this goes over the top 100 players in Monster Legends. We take a look at what monsters are being used on offense, on defense, so we get to see who are the most used, which again, it's a proxy for the best. Huge shout out to Monster Legends Competitive Wiki for putting this together. So A stands for attack, D stands for defense, and the T is the total. The ratio of players with pay-to-play Metro monsters versus those without any this week was 75 to 25. So 1/4 of the players are free-to-play, which honestly to me, I wonder if this only takes into account the Metro monsters or in general. Because I think if it means in general, there's no way it's 75 to 25%. That's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that a lot of players spent on the Chiao-Long, the Pure Pandols, the Lord Nabotises, because those were meta-corrupted monsters. But the way this is worded, pay-to-play Metro monsters, I can see that because, like, which of the paywall Metro monsters have really been significant? Like Malfeator, not really. Malaria, not really. You can do without him. Syntheris, I think he's going to become more relevant moving forward now that we have some amazing dodge area monsters being released. Secret and Fort, strong attacker, means control. Maybe, I feel like the paywall monsters have mostly been like strong attackers. Emerald Athora, who cares if you don't have her? Acheron, I like him a lot, but who cares if you don't have him? Phasarius has been free to play. Honestly, the best monster right now that's been released, Godzilla, is also free to play. Grakshak is probably the most notable of the paywall monsters. And this is season 2, so Grakshak wasn't out yet. And even this season, yeah, like, what do we have? No, Grakshak was released for season 2. I don't know if it'll make a significant impact. Maybe by the end of season 3, it'll make more of an impact. Who else do we have? This season, OG Bone and Drobonaut. Who cares if you don't get those monsters? So, I can see this. Lots of free-to-play this time around, or more specifically, players who haven't spent... Okay, yeah. So, I should know that some of the players are documented without any pay-to-play Metros did have some pay-to-play corruptors like Cheer and Nabotas. Okay, that makes sense. So, this only takes into account the Metro monsters, whether someone has been free-to-play or not with the Metro era, which, again, I can see that because there's been no one so noticeable. Although, it's also surprising because, like, the Golden Legends Pass is just a good value overall. But with that being said, I normally like to guess on who I think is going to be on top. I'm not even going to bother this time. Let's just take a look at who are the top monsters. So scrolling down, it's categorized into the heavies. Heavies are monsters that saw 40 more players using them. So let's see who is number 1. Is it a corrupted? Is it a Metro? Let's find out. Scrolling down, it's going to be Pangoliath. That's actually my guess. Scrolling down, oh, there it is, Pangoliath. All right, Pangoliath, 60 on offense, 18 on defense, 78 total. Wow, that is more than 3/4 of the players using this monster. I mean, it just makes sense. Pangoliath basically stomps the Chiao-Long Absolute Zero, right? Like that meta. Doesn't matter if the enemy is faster than you. Doesn't matter if they are super fast, have SX runes, level 10 runes, level 10 team speed runes, 6 team speed. It does not matter. Your Pangoliath will absorb the Ignorance is Bliss. It'll absorb the... what's the other one? Corrupted Dragon, the trait disable one. So even if it's Absolute Zero, your Pangoliath absorbs it. He is a trooper. He just takes it all in. Honestly, he's going to be meta for a long time. Until SP releases a permanent Megataunt Metro monster, Pangoliath is always going to be used. So if you want to invest in a monster, he's a monster you can invest in. And just to know, like, anytime there is a Pierce monster, permanent Pierce, or a permanent Megaton monsters, those are monsters you can invest worry-free, knowing they will survive the meta. Look at Centurion. He's still heavily used. Look at Spec. Look at Stock. They're probably still heavily used as well. But Pangoliath takes spot number 1. Also a free-to-play monster, by the way. Let us scroll down. And Lord Nabotas takes spot number 2. Look at that difference. 59 total usage to 78. So this monster is mostly used on defense. I mean... overall, he's a phenomenal monster. He gives the whole team immune to corruption. He has the self-status caster evasion. I think he has status caster nightmares. He's just a strong monster overall. And he's anticipation. Anticipation is also another meta mechanic you can always rely on. Next is Spec. So Spec is at 50 and 6, so mostly being used for offense. So if you have a Pango Spec kind of mechanic going on, if your Pangoliath is absorbing the enemy Ignorance is Bliss, your Spec can then go in the turn order, do Falling Fire, burn everyone, and also run Absolute Zero, so deny them for 2 turns. So that's kind of a mechanic you can do there. 56 usage, almost as much as Lord Nabotas. So these are the top 3 monsters. It's important to note that free-to-play and paywall, free-to-play, right? So honestly, the paywall monsters, compared to the free-to-play monsters, some of the best monsters we've ever had have been free-to-play. Moving down, we have Pure Pandoff, another free-to-play monster. 25, 23, 48 total usage. I mean, he's amazing. He gives the whole team evasion at the start of the battle, has double cleansing skill, has turn transferring skills. He's another one that for sure you can invest in him. He's not going to be used as much as Pango, because Pango just literally plop him into any team and you're good to go. Even like a low level one, just because he has Megaton at the start unranked, he's always going to be usable. Pure Pandoff, if you want to get the most out of him, you really got to rank 5 him. That team evasion is going to be good, especially against the AI. But skill set wise, he has one of the best skill sets we've ever seen. Again, turn transfer, double cleansing, being able to activate cooldowns against the whole enemy team, being able to, I said turn transfer, random deny to the enemy, amazing. Xiaolong, another phenomenal monster. What really makes Xiaolong shine even more is the fact that you have access to talents like Absolute Zero. So then this monster is now able to double cleanse and deny everyone. So it doesn't matter if there's Megaton, and some other monster. You can cleanse both Megatons and freeze everyone. If you're taking on monsters that have like taunt, and then like, I don't know, immune to control. Like let's say that they're bringing that team. And like Sigurd and 4, I think Sigurd and 4 has a permanent immune to control, not a status caster. So like Syntheris, Sigurd and 4, and some other immune to control monster, Corrupted Dragon, everyone gets trade disabled and you absolute freeze them. So part of what makes him so meta is the Absolute Zero, the fact that you can use it. 26, he's almost split offense on defense. 21, 26, 47 in total. So the most used monster for offense is Pango, followed by Spec, followed by Pure Pandoff. On defense, the most popular monster is Lord Nabodus, and we're probably going to see some other Megaton monsters like Mouseron. So if players are using him for offense, they need some other Megaton monster on defense. Yeah, but these are the top 5, 2 of which are paywall, Lord Nabodus and Xiaolong. Let us scroll down. By the way, I feel like it's only a matter of time before SP are going to throw these into like a bounty hunt event where you can get them the way we got Mouseron. Moving down, we have Fruit Taster, the OG, the original monster, the race monster from the Metro era. For 26 and 30, he's used on defense. I honestly use mine on defense. He's just really great to take down monsters with Hidden Shiv. Takes 90% of the HP away, and then Hidden Shiv does the rest of the damage. He's also really, really great for sustainability. Stamina regen, life regen, just a bunch of healing. He's great. The next monster is our amazing, incredible monster. Can give double damage buff, can give evasion, can give, and all of those gives an extra turn, can give a damage increase to everyone, can give evasion to the whole team, random positive effects at the start of the battle. I mean, just a phenomenal monster. I can definitely see this monster moving up more and more. Yeah, we'll have to see. As some of these corrupted monsters start to die off. Again, I think Pango will always be there, and I think Spec will always be there for the Pierce mechanic. But I think some of these eventually will end up inevitably dying out. We'll see. I can definitely see this monster increasing more. We have Jakuna High Dodge Area. So Dodge Area is always going to be a strong meta. We're getting a Dodge Area Maze monster, so Jakuna High might decrease. The advantage Jakuna High does have, though, especially against Pango, is the fact that you can run Smite, so you're able to trade disable. Whereas, even though we're getting an amazing, amazing Maze monster that can double remove positive effects and all that stuff, you can't trade disable. So if you're taking on Pangoliath and you're going first, you still run into that trouble. Let's see, where are we? Jakuna High. So that's 20 total usage. Wow, look at that, 30, 24, 20. After that, we go into the mid category. So now we have Mouseron. Mouseron is at 8, 11, 19 total. So Megaton monster recently became available in the bounty hunt, so that's pretty cool. We have a taunt monster, Modrag, that can resurrect. Also, one huge thing that corrupted monsters have is still the ability to equip like a Soul Drag. So if they die, they are a threat, especially when like Modrag can come back, or being able to run Mud Body. Like, yeah, we have Kevlar Vest on the new monsters and that stuff, but some of the talents we got on the corrupted monsters are really good. All right, Modrag. We have Ingwe, 3, 12, 15. Oh, for example, like being able to run Spirit Battery as a way to counteract Soul Drag. Ingwe is phenomenal. Super, super strong monster. Immune to control, and you can't remove the trait. So this is actually a really good counter to Xiaolong running Absolute Zero. You can't run Corrupted Dragon Absolute Zero because you're immune to control, and you can't get your trait disabled. So he's a phenomenal monster. And look at that. A legendary monster. What place are you in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Almost breaking into the top 10, 4, 7, and 12. Honestly, if these players all, instead of him, used Pangoliath would be like at plus 80, unless players are using both Pangoliath and Centurion, more so on defense. But it looks like, yeah, 7 on defense. So maybe that's why players using Pango are using Tensurion on defense. I mean, he's just great. Both won. Others players using him for offense and defense. Keep in mind, he's a legendary monster. You can actually use them both. Yeah, because the mythics, you can only have one copy of them. And look at this, Grakshack. Keep in mind, this monster came out during the bounty hunt, so during the last week. And players already have 4, 8, 12 total usage. That's super interesting. Rank 3, you get a dodge area. Status caster, you have 2 strong attacks, 0 cooldown skill, you can cleanse. And one of the cleanse skills deals massive damage. So I can definitely see her moving up, and up, especially as we get more monsters. And I'm pretty sure we might even see Syntheris in here soon enough, especially with the addition. Like, Syntheris has taunts, can do megatons. You know, you add a face shield, you add that megaton talent. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do. We have Ryclops. This is a double cleanser, similar to Xiaolong, but again, one of the advantages Xiaolong has is being able to run Absolute Zero and Mega Freeze everyone. We have Stock Killer, my personal favorite, Anticipation and Pierce in one. Granted, the Anticipation is a status caster, but that Pierce is a permanent Pierce. Blue Maria, look at that, 538, an Anticipation monster. Again, Anticipation, there's certain themes that you constantly keep seeing. We have Shelly, another Megaton monster. We have Cruel Electric. We have Raijin at 6 for offense. I mean, Raijin is really good with this monster right here. Boom. You basically triple damage buff and AoE. Or double damage buff, whatever you need to do. We have Meltius. We have Hammerground Megaton monster. Frozzy there's Syntheris. 325. I can definitely see his usage increasing, especially as Slumpster gets released. And Rika Elgata, that's another triple damage buff on a Pierce monster and basically annihilate everyone. Ollie Fanatic, Falsarius, look at that. He's trying to compete with these monsters. Again, right now, these monsters can still run Soul Drag, they can run Mud Body, they can run those strong talents. But we are getting more and more strong talents for the street talents as well. We have Kage, we have Nautic, we have Malarian. I personally like Malarian a lot. Crowdcrawler, Alfred, Lindworm, The Dew, Dark Uma, Sigurd, and Fort 112. Like I said, the Pigwall monsters, they haven't really been anything too crazy. If we ever get like a chill long paywall monster, guaranteed that free to play to pay to play is gonna go like 99 to 1. Kenray, Megaton, Megalobot, Master Rat. Wow, the start of the corrupted era. Master Rat, Stellion in there, Bornot, Skelectron, Steamwrath, Camellia, Roddy, Thalassa. All these don't even matter. Emerald, Nathura, Acheron, Thunderon, Thundeer. Yeah. After this, it just goes down and down and down and down. So is anyone worth looking at? I don't think so. Alright guys, so with that being said, these are the top most used monsters. So now you know if you want to invest in someone, Pangoliath is a good monster that is going to be dominant for a long time to come. Thank you guys very much. If you want to check out Monster Legends Competitive Wiki, there is a link in the description. And remember to subscribe.